Welcome to another episode of Where the Rubber Meets the Road. As always, I'm your host, Michael Griffith, and today we'll be discussing the difference between our wants and our needs. Have you ever noticed that some people just can't seem to escape their toxic patterns? Or in other words, repeatedly find themselves in the same relationships with different people? This comes down to an inability to differentiate between the things we want and the things we need. So what do I mean by this? So for instance, you might find a particular woman saying, I only like bad man, or me man them got to be thugs, or something to the extent. Or a lot of times on social media you'll hear women saying, oh, they like trap boys or they like bad boys. But what is it that they're going after by pursuing these quote unquote bad boys or thugs? But first we need to understand what is it the persona of a bad boy offer. And usually the thing we find common in most so-called thugs or bad boys or ruffians is a dominant presence, an ability to chase off or ward off danger or keep persons with malintent at a distance. So in other words, the one thing that is common in the bad boy persona is the presentation of safety. And a woman who has grown up in an environment where she constantly felt unsafe would have had to develop a similar persona within herself, where she would have had to develop a dominant side of herself. And in the development of this part of herself, she would have noticed or recognized that certain types of men are afraid of confrontation. Certain type of men will back off when faced with a particular personality type. In other words, a dominant presentation. And what this tells or says to her is, in order for me to be safe, I need to find someone that is equally or more dominant than myself if he's capable of protecting me. But what is it that she needs? The safety that she requires can only come from someone who is capable of recognizing when she feels unsafe, seeing her and knowing her enough to understand in these moments of her feeling vulnerable and her feeling unsafe, the most efficient way of managing her emotions is, one, reassuring her of her resilience, and two, being consistently present and prioritizing her protection. And if you imagine what this would look like in a person, it's the farthest thing from a thug or a bad boy. So we have this dichotomy where the things that we want, we might want a bad boy or someone who's dominant, because we ourselves knows what it feels like to feel unsafe. And in our attempts to experience that security that safety offers, we go after the wrong thing. We go after the things we want, as opposed to the things we need. Similarly with a man, you might find a man saying, I can't help myself, I just attracted to bodies. And if we do the same thing and dissect what is it a quote unquote body offers or presents, you'll find that what we refer to as a body is a woman who has exaggerated features that society seems to put emphasis on. So qualities like hips, ass, looks, and dress, and attitude. This is the embodiment of a body. This is what society tends to emphasize an interest in. It's the exaggerated features and qualities of a particular um, stereotype of a woman. But the man that pursues these qualities is a man deep down that is trying to access social validation. So he seeks social validation through receiving attention from a pre-validated caricature of what he believes a woman should be. In other words, society has already signed off on a body that she has all these exaggerated features and qualities, and if he receives validation from this individual, then he inadvertently is receiving social validation. So we would find that the desire or the attraction to a quote unquote body is an attempt to satisfy the need for social validation. If we understand these dynamics, if we understand that most times our needs and our attempts to satisfy our needs are being filtered through our own trauma, our own experiences, and most times a dysregulated nervous system, then we have the opportunity to interrogate and interrupt the unconscious practices that we engage in when pursuing a partner. I do hope that this shines some amount of light onto the differences between our wants and our needs, and why is it that we often find ourselves repeating the same patterns despite they're unhealthy or do not benefit us. Now join me as we venture into the streets to ask both men and women what are the things that they want and need in a partner. So I'm here with Roshni, and today's question is, as a woman, what is one thing you want in a partner and what is one thing you need in a partner? Roshni?
Hi, good afternoon. Hi. So my want in a guy and a man is money. That's my want financially, and my need is transparency.
Transparency.
Yes.
I love the two. I love it. Thanks, Roshni. So I'm here with Ben, and I'm asking him today's question. As a man, what's one thing he wants, and also what's one thing that he need in a partner? Ben?
Yeah, so much I want, like what I need is a girl with stability, and what like I like in a girl, let's say, she gotta be nice with a little bit of attitude.
Cute, but a little bit. I got you. I like your answer, man. Thanks. Very good. Hi, I'm here with Jatoria, and I'm asking her the question as a woman, what's one thing she wants as well as needs in a partner? Jatoria?
One thing I would want in a partner, I would need my partner to be able to lead and strive, be able to be like motivational to strive for the goals, and need would be stability. That is a must.
I really appreciate the answer, Jatoria. I am here with Mahir, and I'm asking him the question, what is, as a man, what is one thing that he wants and needs in a partner?
Okay, so I've never been in like many relationships, right? So I don't have much experience, but I feel like the partner, they should be loyal to their partner, right? And they should be like very comfy with each other. And the important thing is, for me, I think they should be good in bed. Yeah.
I like it. I really like your answer. Thanks a lot. So I'm here with Orpha, and I'm asking her the question, as a woman, what's one thing she wants as well as needs from her partner?
Okay, so for once, I would definitely want to have good communication with my husband. And for need, it's a need for us as a unit to be financially stable, have our own home, and those things. Yes, stability. Yeah.
I really love your answer. Thanks. Hi, so I'm here with Jason and I'm asking him, as a man, what's one thing he wants as well as one thing he needs in a partner?
Okay. Well, one thing I would say I want in a partner, and which I have, right, is that as you're growing, you need somebody to help you grow. You need somebody to inspire you. And the things that you need, you also need to incorporate their plan or their action into this lifestyle. Because there's some people that don't compromise, and you plan don't mean compromising in a bad way. Sometimes they have a vision, and you incorporating their vision can make you plan 10 times better. Yeah, so I think that's what you would want in a partner. What I need in a partner as a father, and as a young father, right? I think a lot of young people need it as well, is somebody that will allow you to be yourself, to be the right parent, to parent how you want to parent your child, right? Because we're inspiring the younger youth to be visionary people, to be better than us. Now we can coming up where your ideas and your opinion alone matter, especially when we inspiring somebody else. Because as a child, you're inspiring them to take on the world. So your ideas, yeah, but your partner ideas matters as well, and you need to incorporate that, and they also need to see the vision. Yeah. So I think that's something that we need because a lot of homes is being broken up because of the same thing, and a lot of families being weakened because people choose not to compromise. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, I really enjoy your answer, bro. I really enjoy your answer. It was nice talking to you. I'm here with Alfred, who is not necessarily comfortable with being on camera, but I'm asking him the question nevertheless. As a man, what's one thing he wants? What's one thing he needs in a partner?
All right. It's a pleasure being on this podcast. And what I need in a partner is respect as a man. It's very important for me. Without respect, a relationship cannot go on. Right? What I want is a partner. Well, I don't want to say partner because I believe in traditional marriage between man and woman. So I'm saying a wife, a woman. What I need in a woman, what I want in a woman is for her to be a good homemaker. I can provide enough for her. It's not something that I need because I can do a lot of things for myself. But that is something that I would want. But it's negotiable. I can live without it, but I would want that. But non-negotiable is respect.
I really love the answer, Alfred. Thanks a lot. Welcome back. The thing I most appreciate about venturing into the streets is it offers me the opportunity to not just engage with the average person, but it offers me insight that expands my awareness as well as my compassion. And I don't believe there is a more meaningful experience than realizing the person you meet on the street is having the same experiences, the same difficulties, fighting the same demons as you. I think this is the nature of seeing ourselves in each other and the birth of compassion. Likewise, I believe being able to differentiate between the things we want and the things we need offers us the opportunity to expand that compassion not just to ourselves, but to others. Because every person we refuse to engage in a toxic dynamic with is one person we're allowing to go out and discover what is it that they need for themselves while we do the same. For those who made it this far, thank you for staying with us. And until next time, I'll see you next where the rubber meets the road.